She'd been gigging for years, then delivered a flawless audition, The Voice Journey number 214. Journey number 214, that's what they call it on the production sheet. Not contestants, journeys, because every singer has one. Journey number 214 had been on the road for 11 years, 4 months, and 16 days. Her real name was Lena Reyes, 31 years old, from Newcastle. If you counted, and Lena had, she had played 1,847 gigs. Weddings where the bride requested Ed Sheeran for the aisle and then cried because Lena sang it too beautifully. Corporate Christmas parties in Parramatta where drunk finance bros shouted, "Play Wonderwall," while she was mid-song. RSL clubs where the average age was 78 and they clapped politely no matter what she did. Pubs in Hamilton where she had to sing louder than the footy on the big screen. A ferry that goes around Sydney Harbor where people are too seasick to listen. She had a Toyota Corolla with 284,000 kilometers on it, a PA system she bought off Gumtree in 2015 that still worked if you kicked it, a laminated song list with 312 songs on it that she could play without looking. First dance songs, breakup songs, funeral songs, party songs. She could sing anything. That was her curse. Producers at The Voice had called her 3 times in the last 4 years. She'd said no 3 times. "I'm not a TV singer," she told them. "I'm a working singer." The 4th time they called, she had just finished a double, a christening at 2 p.m. in Meriwether where she sang "You Are My Sunshine" for a baby who screamed through the whole thing, and then a 4-hour set at the Albion where a hen's party requested "I Will Always Love You" and then talked through the whole high note. She was packing her gear into her Corolla at 11:47 p.m., her voice hoarse, her feet killing her, and her phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer. It was a casting producer named Jess. "Lena, it's Des from The Voice. I know you said no, but this year we're doing the Working Musician Special. People who have actually done this for a living for 10 plus years. No kids with TikTok followings, just real singers. You are exactly what we're looking for." Lena leaned against her Corolla. The parking lot smelled like beer and bins. "Jess, I love you, but I've seen what happens. You get a 30-second montage of me saying I've been gigging since I was 19, and then I get cut because I didn't cry hard enough. What if you come and just sing? One song, whatever you want. No story, no montage, just sing." Lena looked at her PA, her songbook, her life in the backseat. "What's the song?" Jess asked. And Lena, without thinking, said the one song she had never put on her laminated list, the one she never played at gigs because no one requested it and it was too personal to sell. Alison Krauss, "When You Say Nothing at All." Jess was quiet for a second. "You can make 4 chairs turn with that?" Lena laughed, that tired gig laugh. "I can make a drunk groom stop talking with that." She said yes. 2 weeks later, she was at Fox Studios. This was different. The Working Musicians Day had a different energy. No one was doing vocal runs in the hallway. Everyone was calm, tired, professional. A 42-year-old drummer turned singer who had toured with Jimmy Barnes as a backing vocalist, a 38-year-old woman who had sung on cruise ships for 9 years, a 29-year-old guy who played 6 nights a week in Airlie Beach. They all had the same look, the 1,000-gig stare. Lena wore what she always wore to gigs, black jeans, black boots that were actually comfortable, a dark green satin shirt she'd bought from an op shop. No stylist, her guitar was her gig guitar, the one with the worn-out frets on the first to be frets from playing G, C, and D a million times. In the interview, the producer asked, "So what's your journey?" Lena shrugged. "I've sung at 400 weddings. I once sung at a funeral where the widow requested Highway to Hell because it was his favorite song. I sang it acoustic and everyone cried. I can make a room feel something. That's my journey. I don't know if that's TV enough." The producer stared at her and then said, "That's exactly TV enough." Backstage, she could hear the audience. She wasn't nervous. That was the strange thing. After 1,847 gigs, you don't get nervous. You get ready. It's a job. You check your tuning, you sip water, you don't drink milk, you pee twice. "Lena Reyes, you're up," said the stage manager. She walked out. The stage was massive. The lights were blinding. She saw the 4 coaches for this season: Guy Sebastian, Kate Miller-Heidke, Adam Lambert, and Kalani, who had come for the Australian season. She sat on the stool they provided, adjusted the mic stand the way she liked it, low, close. She didn't say her story, she didn't cry. She just looked at the band and nodded. The intro was supposed to be piano, but Lena had asked if she could do it with just guitar. They let her. She fingerpicked the first few notes. The sound was so clean, so quiet, you could hear the aircon in the studio. Then she sang, "It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart." The first line, and Kate Miller-Heidke's eyes closed, not because it was loud, because it was in tune, in a way that you rarely hear on the show. Not pitchy, not sharp. Perfect, centered. The note was exactly where it was supposed to be, and it had air around it. Lena had spent 11 years learning how to sing over drunk people, but also how to sing under them. How to sing so that a mother nursing a baby at a christening can hear you without you scaring the baby. That is control. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Guy Sebastian leaned forward. He knows singers. He knows when someone is doing studio vocal technique live. Her breathing was invisible, no gasps, no shoulders moving, just sound appearing. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. She got to the chorus and she didn't belt it. Every other singer on The Voice belts the chorus. Lena didn't. She stayed soft. She stayed intimate. And because she stayed soft, everyone in that room leaned in. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. It was flawless. Not in the acrobatic whistle note way. Flawless in the way a diamond is flawless. No cracks, no ego, no showing off. Just the song delivered exactly how it was meant to be delivered, with a voice that had been sanded smooth by 1,000 nights of work. Kehlani whispered, "Who is that?" Adam Lambert, who knows what flawless vocal technique sounds like, hit his button immediately. Ding! Lena didn't react. She was in the gig. She was watching the room, making sure everyone was okay, making sure the sound was right. That's what gig musicians do. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me wherever I fall. Guy hit his button. Ding! Second chair. You say it best when you say nothing at all. She let that last all hang. No vibrato for the sake of vibrato. Just a straight tone that slowly got a little shimmer at the end, like light on water. And then she faded it to nothing. Absolute silence. For a full 2 seconds after she finished, no one made a sound. Because she had ended it so softly, people weren't sure it was over. That's a pro move. That's how you end a wedding ceremony song so the celebrant knows to start talking. Then the audience detonated. Kate Miller-Heidke slammed her button. Ding! Kehlani slammed hers. Ding! 4 chairs. 4 chairs for the woman who'd been gigging for years. Lena finally looked up and smiled, that little half smile she does when a bride says, "That was perfect, thank you." Adam Lambert was standing, actually standing, hands on his head. "Lena," he shouted, "do you know what you just did? That was technically perfect. Do you understand? Your pitch, your dynamics, your phrasing. I teach master classes, and I would show them that audition as an example of how to sing a ballad. Where did you learn to sing like that?" Lena laughed, that tired gig laugh. "I learned in a pub in Newcastle where if you sing sharp, a guy named Mal yells, 'Ya flat,' so you learn not to sing flat." The audience roared. Guy Sebastian, "Lena, how many gigs have you done? Be honest." "About 1,800-ish?" Guy, "That's why 4 chairs turned, because most people who come on this show have sung 18 times. You've sung 1,800 times. You have mileage. You have wisdom in your voice. You didn't sing at us, you sang for us. There's a difference." Kate, "Lena, I'm obsessed with you. That softness, the bravery to stay soft on this show, everyone thinks you have to blow the roof off. You brought the roof down to us. You made us come to you. That is power. That is the most powerful thing I've seen all day." Kehlani, "I felt like you were singing that to one person. Like you weren't trying to win the voice. You were trying to make one person feel loved. Who were you singing to?" Lena's eyes got a little wet for the first time. "My partner, Alex. She's at home watching Biscuit, my dog. And she always says I sing that song best when I'm not trying to impress anyone, just singing it while I do the dishes." Adam, "Well, tell Alex she's right. And tell Alex you're about to be on Team Adam because I will not let that technique walk out of here without me. I want to work with a real working vocalist." Lena looked at the 4 chairs. 4 people who had never had to load a PA into a Corolla at midnight. She thought about the 1,847 gigs, the weddings, the funerals, the christenings, the hens parties, all those rooms where she had to be background music. For once, she was the foreground. "I've spent 11 years being the background," she said softly into the mic. "I've always wanted to work with someone who loves theatrics and truth. Adam, can I join your team?" Adam Lambert screamed, jumped over his chair, actually hurdled it like an Olympian, and ran onto the stage and hugged her while she was still holding her guitar. Backstage after, Jess, the casting producer, found her. "How did it feel?" Jess asked. Lena was packing her guitar, same way she always does, loosening the strings a little, putting the capo in the little pouch. "It felt like a gig where everyone actually listened," she said. "It was nice." Journey number 214 walked out to her Corolla. They had Valley parked it for her this time, and drove home to Newcastle. She had a wedding at 2 p.m. tomorrow in Meriwether, but this time when the bride asked for her song, Lena could say, "I was on The Voice last night, 4 chairs turned," and the bride would probably cry even harder. The video went up at 9:12 p.m. She'd been gigging for years, then delivered a flawless audition, The Voice Journey number 214. In the comments, working musicians from all over Australia tagged each other. "That's us. That's literally us. Finally." Because everyone knows Alina, they just never get 4 chairs.